life and sad end of IPMAN, the master of Bruce Lee. Who is IPMAN? Is it this one? No. IPMAN was an indisputable master of all the Chinese region. He was the real Wing Chun-style martial arts machine that all Chinese hope for, and to such an extent that a consistent number of people adore him today. But because of tobacco, he died at age 79, a year before the death of Bruce Lee. Who is IPMAN and what life does he lead? We will try to answer all the questions in this video will come in the life of IPMAN until his death. IPMAN or Yip Man, his real birth name Yip Kai Man, was born in southeastern Foshan of China in the Sanyuan district on October 1, 1893 in the Yip clan of the Hakka ethnic group. His dad Yip Oido and his mom Enji Shui had a comfortable life as traders, and he educated his children with a traditional Chinese education. IPMAN was in a family of 4 children. His older brother is Yip Kai Gak, his older sister Yip Wan Mei, and his younger sister Yip Wan Hum. At 9 years old, Yip Man began learning Wing Chun with Master Chan Washan, who resided in the clan temple at the center of the family property. IPMAN was the last student of Master Chan Washan, who accepted him at the age of 70. Due to the old age of his master, Yip practiced mainly with Enji Chansok, who was the second oldest discipline, and Liu Yu Chai. Chan Washan died 3 years after Yip's training began, and asked Enji to continue teaching with Yip. At age 15, Yip began attending St. Stephen's College, a secondary school for wealthy families and foreigners living in Hong Kong. So in an incident during his college days, Yip intervened after seeing a foreign police officer beating a woman. The agent tried to attack Yip, but Yip knocked him down, then fled to school with his classmate. After this event, his classmate goes to meet the whole story has an old man living in his building. Then IPMAN was thus invited to meet this man, Loong Bik, son of Loong Jan, master of Chan Washan. This during an exchange of friendly assaults, Yip was knocked down. He continued thereafter to learn Wing Chun with Loong Bik, discovering in particular the sophisticated techniques and the theoretical applications. At 24, Yip returned to Foshan and joined the Chinese Nationalist Party Army during the Second Sino-Japanese War, then served for a few years as captain of the Foshan police patrols. IP teaches Wing Chun to several of his subordinates, relatives and friends, without opening a martial arts school. Among these students, Chao Kuang-yu was considered the best, but he eventually devoted himself to trade and stopped practicing martial arts. Yip lived with Kuang Fu during the Second Sino-Japanese War and did not return to Foshan until after the war, where he continued his career as police money. In 1949, when the Communists established the People's Republic of China, 56-year-old Yip, fearing reprisals because of his former official duties in the National Army and Police, he left Foshan for good. He settled in Macau, then in Hong Kong. So in Hong Kong, IP is known to be a regular opium user, sourcing from the black market. At that time, the cost of opium was very high and IP needed a better income to buy opium and also help his family who stayed in Foshan. So IPMAN opened a martial arts school in Hong Kong, but profitability was poor, with students usually staying only a few months. He moved his school twice to Hoi Anton Street in the Yau Ma Tei district. From this period, some of his students had achieved proficiency in Wing Chun and began to open their own schools. The victories of some of his students in street fights or martial confrontations reinforced the reputation of Yip's teaching. On August 24, 1967, Yip and some of his students established the Ving Tishan Athletic Association. But since we are not eternal on this earth, Yip is also part of it. He died on December 2, 1972, following throat cancer, linked to excessive tobacco consumption, and left an enormous legacy for Wing Chun, which now extends throughout the world and has become one of the martial arts' most practical Chinese. So to finish, here are some of his most famous students: Bruce Lee, Lun Gai, Guok Fu, Loong Shun, Lok Yu, Cha Chun Tin, Wang Shunlong, and others that I cannot mention because the list is long. Thank you for everyone who followed this video until the end. Do not hesitate to tell me in the comment if you want what type of video next week. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you like it. Thank you for the next video.
Bye.